Attention, non-believers. The Empire of Jesus Christ World Evangelism invites you to join us for our weekly worldwide prophetic online church services every Friday and Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, exclusively on YouTube. The link is at the top line of the description. Prophetess Talitha is going all the way in with an explosion in the Holy Ghost. Once again, the link is at the top line of the description. What are you waiting for? All right, peace and blessings to everyone in the building tonight. You see the thumbnail up there. And during the course of Cassie's testimony, she talked about a time of Diddy overdosing. Now, before I get to the story here, the advertisement on the channel, you already know what it is. OGOD at hiphopun.com, the beautiful ad that you've seen at the Prophetess right before this video. You can have your video there as well. Click the link at the top line of the description to catch the Prophetess every Friday and Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's to all the non-believers out there. So let's talk about Diddy overdosing. So Cassie, she was on the stand and she was telling a story about Diddy overdosing on painkillers, right? The night that he attended a Playboy Mansion party back in 2012. She said that he battled addiction for years. He struggled a long time, with painkiller addiction. And now she said the incident occurred about 4 years into the relationship, which she detailed as a part of her testimony in a Lower Manhattan federal court earlier this week. Now, as the defense cross-examined her, Ventura, who was Cassie, has spent every day of the week recounting a lot of details about Diddy, what they're saying, what she's calling, and what they call them freak offs. Right now, the prosecution is trying to paint the picture like she was an unwilling participant, and Diddy and his team are trying to paint the picture like she was a willing participant, to say the least. Now, she tells this story. She said they went to a sex club in San Bernardino, and then he had a party at the Playboy Mansion. She said when she went home, from what Combs told her, he really took a strong opioid that night, but we didn't know what happened, so we took him to the hospital. Now, Cassie told the defense attorney who questioned her about the time the influential artist, rapper, mogul Diddy, used painkillers, because she was being cross-examined hard. Like, they were, from witness accounts, people that were there. You could slice. It was so much tension, you couldn't. It was crazy, right? Whatever the saying is about the tension, whole thing, right? Now, she goes on to say, I would say he was an addict, she told the court. Also saying that he needed to recover. Now, while Cassie was questioned by prosecutors early in the week, Cassie said she began to take painkillers to numb herself after, the freak offs. Obviously, she would take painkillers after, get massages, and before take, I think, some type of sedative, maybe like a Xanax or something like that, something to kind of calm her down, make her feel relaxed. And after, because of the pain, I guess, in the turmoil she went through, took some PK, some painkillers, some blues, right? So yeah, she said that night she took him to the hospital. He actually OD'd. Now, whether there's hospital reports, medical reports about that, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But am I surprised? No, absolutely not. I'm not in 1 inch surprised by the report of Diddy having a potential overdose. But like I'll say, and I know a lot of people probably not feeling this, but so far it looks like to me that she was a willing participant to a point, meaning that, because when you look at the text messages, and which I'm going to show you in a second, she was down for the down footer. Like, she was setting stuff up. She was giving explicit details of what she wanted to do, and she was even hitting them up like, "Yo, it's freak off popping tonight. Let's get it popping. Yo, I'm on so and so to smash." And there was even accounts of one of the escort like catching feelings for her. You feel me? Talk about she was the most beautiful woman I ever seen. Like, what's going on here? What's really going on? So that's what I say. That's why I say, like, this is gonna be tough. This is if you're the defense team, This is a case that you definitely want to take on because you feel like you can raise doubt in a juror's mind. You feel like, and not saying it's going to be easy, but you feel like there's a possibility that you could say, look, hold on. She was with this, and when things didn't go right for her no more, maybe things didn't pan out, or maybe she got, some type of, whatever she was looking for, then she wanted to get out of the relationship and end things. Now, if I had to give it a percentage point, I would say right now it's about 60-40 prosecution defense. They're laying there. I mean, I haven't been in a courtroom. If I was in a courtroom, I would have more for you. So I got to kind of rely on things that I'm reading and observing and watching other reports that other people report on, which I obviously, it is what it is at this point. We got to do what we got to do. But as opposed to me being in there, which would have been golden, because I'm gonna get you out of the real every single time. You already know what it is with me, right? So, there's a lot to this. There's a lot of layers that we have to slice through with this whole case. And again, we're going to be giving you updates. Monday is a couple of days away, so Monday they'll be back in court, and the testimony, the cross-examination, to my knowledge, will continue. So when you talk about the issue of drugs and her taking drugs, like all of this, it's like if I'm hanging out with a friend, right, and we doing things and whatever, and I'm taking stuff willingly, like I'm grabbing this stuff, like it's in my environment. I'm grabbing these pills, I'm grabbing whatever the case may be, and I'm doing this shit. So yes, it could have been some coercion, it could have been some, but it's like you're in a relationship with that girl, right? And y'all was doing all types of wild shit together, drugging, partying, drinking, smoking, having threesomes, foursomes, tensomes, whatever the case may be. She popping, you popping Molly, E's, perks, all that. And 10 years, 15 years later, she said, oh no, he forced me to do this. He forced me to do that. That's what it's seeming like for me, right? Early on, it could change because I'll be honest with you, early on, I'm like, damn, Diddy's done, bro. I'm like, yo, Diddy's a creep. I'm like, yo, this boy Diddy is wow. That's what I was thinking early on. And I was like, oh my God, did he really do all this and that? And I think that he did a lot of this shit, but I'm just saying, like, now I start to see Cassie's messages. I'm like, hold on. Her text messages. I'm like, wait, hold on. What's really going on here? What's the dealio? What? Yo. And I'm gonna share what I'm talking about. I don't just talk. Put it on the screen for you. Bam, right there. Right there on the screen for you, right? You see the text messages, on that screen. Read it for yourself. You can see she was down for it. It was even a point in them text messages that he was like, damn, you mighty, you ready? You know what I mean? You mighty horny. You ready to get shit popping? What's up with that? Whoa. So a text message like this, and let me see. There we go. That a little better for y'all? Probably not, but a text message like this is wild. It's wild. Because it's like that girl that's saying you did so and so to her, but she hitting you up talking about, I'm trying to get on that. I'm trying to, do this. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to get shit popping. But now she said you did this to her. Like, what? What? What's popping? What you talking about? Text messages say otherwise. You wanted this shit. You was down with it. Now, again, this is not the whole case. I don't want people to, this is just what I feel now. Tuesday or Monday, I could feel different. So don't get in your feelings about what I'm saying now. Like, oh, he's feeling this type of way because he a man and all this. No. I'm saying right now, this is what I feel about the case. Look at the text messages. She's with it. She was with it. And people say, oh, Stockholm syndrome. She just got, she was used to it and she wanted to, do this and she wanted to do that. And he coerced her. Coerced her. and they're doing it. Like, come on, bro. Like, miss me with all that. Miss me with all that. You're a grown up. You're a grown adult of sound mind, of sound body. She was always ready for the freak offs. What she said in the message. Read them. Read them. She was always ready. You don't think she was trying to bust one? You didn't think she wanted to get piped? You don't think so? Now, one of the sex workers testified, right? Again, the urination shit, all this and that. Now, I'm gonna get to a couple of these messages, right? Now, during the singer's cross-examination by Diddy's attorneys, George was shown a number of graphic and explicit text messages between the former couple. One message from Cassie in 2009. How the hell they got these messages? I don't know. A little whiskey, right? I don't know. But one text message read, "I'm always ready for the freak offs. It could be whatever. It could be whenever. I'm ready. What's popping?" Now, of course, Diddy's legal team was attempting to prove that the singer, like I was saying, was a willing participant. And these text messages do a good job of depicting it. Now, other messages from Cassie to Diddy were saying, "I feel like I want to F. I am so horny I can't concentrate." Another one said, "Can't wait for you to D tease my C raw. Can't wait for you to D tease my P raw." Now, Cassie also revealed that Diddy taught her how to perform oral sex. Oh, in the early stages of the relationship. So he taught you how to. Look, this is not a funny matter, right? Now, the prosecution obviously, are trying to paint this picture that Diddy's freak offs were against the will of the participants and that he coerced and drugged them into sexual activity. Do you guys believe that anyone was coerced? Were the sex workers coerced or were they paid? Was Cassie willing at times? Was she down for it? This is I'm telling, this is some shit that could be on. This could be a movie because you could stand on any side of the aisle and have a strong ass case. Any side, both sides could be. It's just going to come. It's going to come up to who is the most persuasive, who can lay out their case the best, who can move a juror to believe, like, hold on. Now, I'll say this. The prosecution, it was a great job, very strategic for them to bring a pregnant, I don't know if they plan this, a pregnant damsel in distress. Pregnant. I got my beautiful white husband here, right? I was forced to do this. But there's one thing about saying something and reading thing. Now, there's more evidence that's going to come out that's probably going to hurt Diddy because one of the escorts, the sex workers, he was testifying. He was saying, like, look, I started catching feelings pretty much for Cassie. I heard Diddy beating on her and shit, and I couldn't even get hard. I wanted to just, hug on her. I couldn't even pop her off no more because all of the shit was going on. Really? But anyway, look, I'm staying non-biased. Right? But, right. It's crazy. This is crazy. It's crazy. Now, one of the sex workers said that the sex, check this out, will last anywhere between 1 and 10 hours. Like, what the fuck is going on, bruh? What? Like, what are we doing? 1 to 10 hours. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'll leave it to y'all in the comment section. You guys, y'all have at it in the comment section. Have at it. Have at it. I can't comment on that one. That's wild. Hit the thumbs up button, man. You already know what it is. Hit the thumbs up button. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, right there. Bang, bang, bang. D Block Gang. I got early. Right? So yeah, that's the deep part about like this shit's getting crazy, bro. Like this is getting wild, wild, wild. And I know, like you, I cannot wait, until Monday when I think the cross examination is going to continue. It's going to continue. So leave a comment real quick before I move to the next topic. What do you guys think? What do you guys think so far? Whose case you believe in? Was Cassie? I mean, it's no doubt that at a point in time, at some point, she was a willing participant. Now, whether you want to call that a psychosis, a Stockholm syndrome, whatever you want to call it, the words, the text show you that, look, at a point, whether it was a day, a week, a month, a year, 2 years, 10 years, she was willing and ready to do whatever this man said. So, like I said, for the prosecution and the defense, man, yo, this is it's real life, but it's gonna be great. And what I mean by that is that they both have an opportunity, to obviously present their case. So make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button on the video, and please leave a comment. I definitely want to hear what you guys got to say. So let me jump to the next story, man. Let me jump